What's going on, everybody?
Hey guys, welcome to the good, the bad, and the glory. It's Nikki here.
And it's Sam.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yay, Nikki's back.
Hey, I missed you guys. I really did. Huge shout out to my best friend Nayo for coming through and filling in last week. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So dope. How was your weekend?
My weekend was actually pretty great. We actually hung out this weekend.
We did. The Good Bad Glory crew was at the Outlet.
Yes.
Hosted by Gospel Unplugged.
Yes, we were definitely there. It was a dope night. A lot of great performances. Destiny Music Group was great.
Leah James was awesome. Spoken word artist. And then, of course, the headliners for the night. The event was to launch the EP of Destiny Music Group. Yeah. So the name of their EP is called Culture Shock. So please go check it out. It was a dope night. It was definitely an awesome event. Oh, and Matt T and Home.
Yes,
huge.
Matt T and Home, yes.
And for those of you that don't know, the co-host, Mr. Sam himself, sings and plays in that group, Matt T and Home. So check them out. It was so much fun. It was a great to be there. Yeah,
it was definitely a great night. Another really cool thing I did this weekend was some family of mine. It was a 10-year-old's birthday party. And they decided to do a Nerf themed party.
Oh, wow.
And we had a legit Nerf war.
Nerf war.
Yes, all the little kids and children had their Nerf guns and stuff like that. But of course, some of the adults had to get involved, which I made sure to do.
Hilarious.
And we set up the living room. We had little bases, had little barriers and barricades, our Nerf guns. And we just went at it for an all-out war, just shooting each other with the Nerf guns.
I love that.
Then after the kids left, the adults had a full-fledged Nerf war.
Wow.
And we were just shooting each other, and it was so awesome. It was amazing.
Do those things hurt?
If it's close, only if it's someone is a jerk and shoots you at close range, but from far away, nah, it doesn't hurt.
Nerf wars. That's so dope.
Yeah. So that was my weekend. It was really fun.
That's cool.
How about you? How was your weekend?
Yeah, my weekend was pretty fun. So yeah, like we said, we went to Gospel Unplugged event. I want to shout out Jeremy Williams and Legendary Republic.
Yeah.
So that's where the event was hosted. That's an event space in Brooklyn. It's so nice. I love that space. It was my first time being there. So if you're looking to host an event in Brooklyn, check out Legendary Republic.
Really dope space.
Really awesome space. So I really enjoyed being there. It was a blessing. Those are some of my favorite artists: Matt T, Leah James, Destiny Music Group. And of course, hosted by Gospel Unplugged. So, yeah, it was a good night. And then the rest of the weekend, I hung out with some family, some friends, took care of some business, the huge weekend stuff. So it went well.
Yes.
But back to the grind.
Yeah, back to the grind. Let's get into these hot topics.
Let's do it. Okay, so the Obama kids are out here living their lives, okay?
They are.
They're out here living, they're thriving. They're all over, right? So apparently over the weekend or the past week was Lollapalooza.
Yes.
Which is a festival.
Oh, boy.
And Sasha and Malia were out here doing it, okay? Doing it up.
Oh, Lord.
So first of all, Sasha, there was a video that surfaced with her, with a nice gentleman. I don't know if he's nice.
Good Lord.
But there is a video of her kissing a boy. Oh my God.
The future father inside of me is grieving right now when I saw that picture.
But it's it's not.
Oh, Jesus.
She's a teenager, this is what they
she's
do.
Little Sasha.
I know.
She's the youngest one.
Exactly.
She's too young for this.
Yo, when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God. Sasha, what are you doing? So that was one. So, the internet went up on that.
Don't they get lifelong Secret Service?
But
somebody should have stopped this from happening.
I'm sure they were surrounded. The poor boy probably was peeing himself because I'm sure there was security everywhere.
Yeah, she probably made him do it. He's probably like, nah, I don't want to kiss you.
Right?
He probably really likes her, but he's just like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
I'm not trying to get into it with Barack.
But can you imagine what that's like the children of a former president going to a festival, which is known to be like an open open air, like park, everybody free, doing their own thing.
Yeah.
What is the security detail on that? Like, can you imagine what that's like?
I have no idea, but it's just weird for like the last 8 years of our life. They've been part of the first family. And with that comes a certain sense of like, you know, perceived, you know, like honor and like you see them like so dignified and like, you know, so to see them like just doing normal things, just like, people. Oh my Lord.
Right.
Like you dare put your lips on the first daughter? Like, how could you?
Right. Well, no matter how uptight the security detail is, these girls are out here living their free, carefree Black lives. And Malia is out here. I don't even know what to say.
Jesus Christ. Y'all just search Malia Malia Obama.
Just search.
How you pronounce that?
Lollapalooza. I'm sorry. I'm freaking out. Search the hashtag Malia Obama on Instagram. And there's a video that comes up of her just, you know, I don't even know what to call it. Like she was rolling around on the ground, dancing, just expressing herself.
I think that's a great word, expressing herself.
Expressing herself.
It looked kind of like she just got her breakthrough as well. The way she was like pounding on the floor.
She was pounding on the floor. She was, you know, just living, breathing, thriving, I guess.
I need to know what artist was on the stage at that point.
Right.
Because I need to have some of that music in my life.
I want okay. I want to say I want them to get some Black friends. I feel bad saying that.
No, you don't have to feel bad saying that.
Okay. I don't feel bad saying that. No, they're out here living. But
I mean, I guess it seemed like it had to be like some kind of rock song, maybe.
Probably,
be like rocking out like that.
Probably because she was rocking out. That's a good expression.
She was rocking
out.
Yeah, rocking all over the place.
When y'all see it, y'all will understand
exactly
what we're talking about.
We are describing this perfectly. Once you see it, you will understand.
Yes, but on the other side, you know what? It's okay to rock out when you're taking care of business. So Halle Berry was on Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live, and she was just bigging up Malia Obama because she was the production assistant on Halle Berry's new show. Yeah. And Halle Berry was just talking about how she did such an amazing job as the PA on that show, and how it was like, you know, really hard for everyone to look at her, Malia, as a production assistant. Yeah,
I can't. Like, I've seen her rolling on the floor and I'm losing my mind. Like,
like, no.
If she would have bring me coffee, I'd be like, no.
I'll bring
you. Yeah, what do you want? Like, Malia, what do you want? All right, I got you.
Right. So Halle Berry was talking about how she was trying so hard to let me be the intern, you know?
Yeah.
But nobody was looking at her that way. But she said she did a great job. So shout out to the Obama kids.
Yeah, they're growing up. You know, you got to let them let loose, and you know, Barack, I got you if you want to, you know, tag team on Barry or Matthew, whoever Sasha was kissing there.
She was out here with.
I got you, Barack.
That's so funny.
In other news, it is being reported that Get Out is the most profitable movie of 2017.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That's
huge.
That is amazing. Now, I remember first seeing like the trailer for this movie, and I was just like, yo, this idea is like so dope, but I wonder how like everyone is kind of gonna like receive it.
Right.
So to see a movie about pretty much a majority of Black people's fears, being alone with white people, surrounded by white people, and everyone seems to be loving it and is doing so well, is amazing. Now, the movie did have a budget of $4.5 million.
Which is amazing.
Yes. And you wouldn't watch the movie and be like, oh, this is like a low quality
cheap movie, right?
Not at all. Like, everything in this movie, to me, is just done so well. Mm-hmm. So it had a 630% return on that $4.5 million investment. Woo. Yes.
Talk about it.
Jordan Peele is rolling in it right now. Right. Rolling in the dough.
Exactly. I love that. Because when I heard this news piece about it being the most profitable, I'm like, I wonder how. Because I know that there have been movies that have made more money than Get Out made.
Yeah.
They grossed $217 million, but the statistic is that it's based on how much they put out. So they made a 630% return on their $4.5 million investment in the movie, which I think is amazing. Talk about that's like Jay-Z 444 flipping that money.
Exactly. Yo, Jordan ain't even need to listen to 444.
Right.
He ain't need that title subscription. He just knew what to do.
Right.
But I love Get Out. I'm excited for its success, and I hope he makes more movies like this in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah, I heard that he might be doing like some sort of sequel or something like a follow-up to this, but let's see. We're fans. We're here.
Yes,
we're watching.
we're staying tuned.
So what we're not here for is beef on Instagram. Okay, so especially the way that this went down. So this week, 50 Cent posted on Instagram because I believe he's coming out with a new show on BET.
Yes, a new comedy show.
So I'm not a fan of subtweeting. I don't do that. I'll never support that. 50 Cent said, "Remember that other show that thought they were in competition with Power? What happened to it? I don't hear anyone talking ish anymore. Now I'm going to take over BET, LOL." So he was talking about being Mary Jane, apparently.
Yes.
Allegedly.
What could be inferred.
Right. Allegedly, but because that's what happens with subtweets. Sub posts, whatever. Anyways, Gabrielle Union responded and said, "I don't compete with other artists, only celebrate. Enough space for all of us to succeed. Cheers to Power and cheers to creative folks uplifting each other. All our programming could use more shine, so I opt to uplift. I know that celebrating other folks in no way dims my shine, so keep shining, 50 Cent.
I think that is how she said it.
That's how she said it. Yeah. That's how she said
Yeah.
it. Last read. 50 Cent comes back, Gab Union, laughing face. "I'm never going to argue with you because you're Wade's lady. I'm going to pause right there. That's super condescending. I don't like that." And then he continues to go, "I like Dwayne. I got a lot of respect for him. This post has nothing to do with you, but you know I'm going to be number one at BET. And I want you to know your Mary Jane show is welcome to stay on my network."
Oh, wow.
Bruh. Can you be any more of a jerk? Can you be any more of a jerk?
Jesus. All right. He then said, "You keep it up. I'm going to tell Dwayne because I feel like you're picking a fight with me. He ain't going to like this ish. LOL."
First of all, Dwayne Wade is not Gabrielle Union's father.
He is not.
No. Okay? So threatening a woman to tell her husband as if she's going to get in trouble, sit down, 50 Cent. Like, come on. Like, I feel like that's super belittling and condescending. And I just hate that, like, anytime, in this case, a woman tried to speak up for herself and in a positive way. Like, she wasn't trying to come for him. She wasn't throwing shots at anything. She was literally saying, "I'm supporting you. I'm supporting Power. There's enough room for all of us to shine."
Yeah.
And he comes back and says, "I'm going to tell your husband, the only reason why I'm not coming for you harder is because I like your man." Like, come on. Are you serious?
Now, does it surprise you that 50 Cent would act like this or say something like this?
Not at all. It still doesn't sit right with me.
That was very, very condescending. Like 50 Cent is just the Prince of Petty. I would say, like, he's just pettiness to the 56th degree. So This doesn't surprise me. He's like a master at like being relevant when he has like no relevant music anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. He did say that he wasn't talking about her. What do you think about that? Do you think he's lying? Maybe he felt attacked.
But the thing is, like, her response wasn't even worth, like,
It wasn't.
It's not, like, literally she just said something positive. "I don't compete with other artists, only celebrate, cheers to Power, there's room for all of us to shine, blah, blah, blah." Yeah,
it wasn't cool of him to just be like you're Wade's lady, you know,
right.
She's Gabrielle Union. She's been Gabrielle Union.
I feel like she was Gabrielle Union before Dwayne Wade was Dwayne Wade.
Like before he got his NBA contract.
Absolutely.
Like,
so no, she's not Dwayne's lady. She's Gabrielle Union.
So
since Bring It On. How about that?
I would say 50 Cent, you need to show more respect, but I feel like at this point in his life, 50 Cent has shown that he's incapable of changing his ways.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
50 is gonna 50, unfortunately.
He is.
And speaking of sometimes rude celebrities, but hopefully this one is turning over a new leaf. As you guys know, we discussed the quote-unquote transformation of Justin Bieber last week and what seems to be his rededication to Christ. Nicole, you weren't here when we talked about this.
I wasn't, but I listened.
Before we get into what he did this past week, how do you feel about him canceling his world tour to allegedly rededicate himself to Christ and running over somebody after church? How do you feel about that?
Both and? Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna combine those two. I feel like, I'm all for it. I think it's awesome. I think that I just hope, I look forward to him rededicating his life to Christ and also making music. Like, I think that would be so dope because he already has a huge following, and if he makes that crossover to making music about his life being changed, I think that would be awesome. So I just hope that that's what comes from it. But all in all, like, I'm a fan. I'm here for it. Shout out to you, Justin. We're praying for you. That's dope.
We are praying for you, Justin Bieber. Especially me, being a believer since 2012. I have a considerable amount of interest in Justin's spiritual life. This past week, he penned a letter fully explaining himself for all the recent changes that has been going on in his life. And this is what he had to say. Mm-hmm. I'm so grateful for this journey with all of you. This is on Instagram, by the way. So it's a very long Instagram caption.
It's mad long. Oh my gosh. Long.
I'm grateful for the tours, but most of all, I am grateful I get to go through this life with you. That was in all caps.
Did you get? I got that.
With a period and an exclamation point. So I had to be succinct and loud at the same time.
I want the celebrities to learn their punctuation.
Yeah, he addresses that later on. Okay. Though. He does address it. Learning and growing hasn't always been easy, but knowing I'm not alone has kept me going. I didn't stutter. That's what it said. I have let my insecurities get the best of me at times. I let my broken relationships dictate the way I acted toward people and the way I treated them. I let bitterness, jealousy, and fear run my life. I am extremely blessed to have people in the past few years help me build my character back up, reminding me of who I am and who I want to be. As much as I would love to read to you guys the whole thing, it is very long.
It's like so long.
Chapter in the Bible.
He wrote an essay.
But he's clearly reading his Bible. He continues and ends off by saying, me taking this time right now is me saying I want to be sustainable. I want my career to be sustainable, but I also want my mind, heart, and soul to be sustainable. Everlasting life. So that I can be the man I want to be, the husband I eventually want to be,
Preach.
And the father I want to be. This message is just an opportunity for you to know my heart. I'm not expecting anyone to understand, but I do want people to have an opportunity to know where I am coming from. This message is very grammatically incorrect, but it's from the heart. But I think there's something special about imperfections.
Let me just explain to you why Sim is yelling, because he put that part in all caps.
In all caps.
All caps.
So, the brother knew he was missing a few punctuation marks and he didn't spell check, but it was from the heart.
It was from the heart.
It was from the heart.
I get what he was saying. It was super repetitive, super long, almost empty, but we get you, Justin. It's okay. Pour your heart out for us.
He wants to be sustainable.
He wants to be
Y'all just need to sit with that word right there.
He's going green.
He is. His career is going green. Ooh, that's the next title.
Come on.
Of the Going Green Pastures.
I need to check.
That's the next one.
A few weeks ago, we asked our listeners to write in and nominate a winner of the week. And guess what? You guys came through like you always do.
Absolutely.
We're so excited about that. So this week's winner of the week is Sade Solomon of Conversations Beyond the Pulpit. So Sade Solomon is a Christian vlogger who has, first of all, her Instagram is phenomenal. Like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is amazing. It's Black excellence. But she also has a vlog on YouTube that's called Conversations Beyond the Pulpit, where she has unadulterated taboo conversations that don't happen in church but affect church people.
Yeah.
So she has a few videos up so far, but we just want to shout out Sade Solomon for going there and for having those difficult conversations that we're scared to have, we're scared to touch on, but that affect our lives, as she said, that change us, that shape our decisions. So shout out to Sade Solomon for being our winner of the week. So please go follow her on Instagram. That's SadeSolomon. And her YouTube, again, is called Conversations Beyond the Pulpit.
Yeah, it sounds super dope. And we love celebrating just anybody who is just doing great things, but especially those who are shaking things up in the Christian community, seeing needs that people aren't reaching or that haven't been met for so long, and just really trying to be of service to this next generation and new generation of Christians. So Sade, we think you're super dope, and looking forward to seeing the new content that you put out.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking us there. And we hope you're listening to this show. So we just want to say, again, thank you to our listeners for sending in those winners of the week. Continue to send them to us. Again, our email is goodbadglory@gmail.com. If you want to nominate someone in your community or someone that you know who's doing amazing things, go ahead and shout them out. Send us an email.
Yes. Well, that was all nice and lighthearted,
right?
But guess we got to do our bad of the week.
We got to go there.
What's going on, Nicole?
So today self, as my grandmother would say, from Trinidad. Today, the internet is going up on a Tuesday.
Oh, really?
The internet is going up on a Tuesday. So, as we know, USHERRAYMOND is going through it because they said he has HERPES. All right. So, Usher in this whole herpes situation,
yes.
Paying someone a settlement, all of that's happening. If you don't know what's happening. So in 2012, Usher paid a woman a $1 million settlement for giving her herpes.
Wow.
So that has recently surfaced. And since then, 3 other people have come out with allegations of contracting herpes from Usher. The 2 of the people, a man and a woman, remain anonymous, are choosing to stay under the radar. They're Jane and John Doe. One person hosted a press conference today to share their experiences, their sexual experiences with Usher. There's so many angles.
Wow. Wait, so this person went into detail?
So no, I mean,
okay.
So what's funny is her lawyer is the same person that's representing Blac Chyna for the Rob Kardashian situation.
Yeah.
Yes. Bloom. I think her name is Lisa Bloom or something like that. So this person, Quantasia, right?
Yes.
She hosted a press conference about her having sexual relations with Usher when she was 19, when she went to one of his concerts, and she said it was her birthday, so she had on a crown. So because she had on a crown, he recognized her and invited her, blah, 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 came to her hotel, XYZ, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Long story short, she does not have herpes.
Okay.
But she is suing him, I believe, for engaging in sexual relations with her and not telling her. So, number one, that is a crime. It is. I get it.
Wait, so basically, anyone who has had sex with Usher can probably now file a lawsuit against him now that this information is out here?
That's the truth.
Wow.
According to the law, you have a legal obligation to tell your partner if you have an STD.
Wow.
Especially one that is incurable, like herpes.
And I guess one that you know
that you have. So it wasn't a secret because you've paid someone a settlement, right? So that's the story. But what was bothersome to me today is that Twitter, not even just Twitter, the internet Instagram, Shade Room, everybody just dragged this woman because she was a plus size woman. And people were saying that Usher would never have sex with her, blah, blah, blah. And one of the points that she made in the press conference was that she cares about her health, which is why she wished she would have known. And so people, of course, went in about how could you care about your health, but you look like that. And, it was just really, it made me cringe. It made me cringe. And I'm just like, of course, my group chat was going up. Shout out to the girls. My group chat was going off. And we were just talking about how it's now like her life will never be the same.
It will not.
Her life will never be the same. My friend said that like she may have not realized that literally a trip to the grocery store will never be the same. But after this, because she decided to sort of come forth with this, and it's sort of like, dag, she might regret doing this, but should she not have? Like, she has a right to voice how, like, she shouldn't be silenced. Is what I'm saying.
And I'm honestly not mad at anybody who would try to pursue this case right now.
Bruh.
I mean, if you slept with Usher, I mean...
Get you some.
Get your money.
Get you some.
Get your money.
And you made it out without herpes.
Yo.
Sway. I'm here for it.
Living life out here.
Right. And people are dragging her talking about, she only wanted the money. You would have done it too.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, let me not even go there.
No, but I'm saying like people are just so angry when they know that if it was them in that situation, they would have got theirs too. Because first of all, that's violation.
Yeah,
that's violation. Like imagine if you are engaging with, if you're having sex with someone, and they don't share with you that they have a disease that is contagious that you can contract from that's not fair.
Absolutely, it isn't fair. Now, getting back to, I guess, the point of like the bad of this.
This is the bad.
We do have a certain perception in our minds of the type of people that famous people sleep with.
Absolutely,
I guess.
Absolutely.
And I have to be honest for myself. I didn't really know the full story. I only saw a picture of the press conference, and I saw the lawyer, and I saw the plaintiff.
The plaintiff? Is that, yeah.
I guess the accuser.
You saw Quantasia.
I saw Quantasia. And I have to be honest, I looked at the picture and I was like, wait, which one did Usher sleep with?
Oh, wow.
I have to be honest, But, I had to, take a look at myself and be like, why did I think that?
Yeah.
And there is honest. That image in your mind where it's just like these rappers, singers, famous people, they go for these, a certain look. Women who probably have had sometimes, women get surgeries done to, like the Kardashians. Those are the people who get the guys, get the rappers and stuff like that. Whereas someone who looks like, a person you would see every day, on the street.
Yep. And
something like that. So it was definitely a wow, kind of sight like that. Right. I definitely have to kind of check myself a little bit like, like, why did I think that at first?
Right.
But, if she did sleep with Usher, she's entitled to her money and is not entitled to be dragged by the internet.
No, yeah. The internet is just a mean, vicious place. So it's not okay to drag somebody on the internet. Because a few episodes we talked about mental health. We don't know what somebody's going through.
Yes.
And also it's not okay to shame someone for being plus size. Period.
Yes.
And it's not okay to assume that someone's sexual preferences just because of the Western standard of beauty.
Exactly.
Like, let's just not. So, that's our bad. And
now, moving on to something positive, it is our glorious thought.
Our glorious thought. This is an interesting topic that I think we've all experienced at some point, right? Today, we want to talk about false humility. What does that look like? Where does it come from? What's the root of it? How do you experience it? All that. So, false humility, personally, is one thing that I cannot stand. I can't stand it. It's so annoying.
So what does that look like, Nicole? False humility.
There are two main ways that I've seen it happen, that I've seen it expressed. Especially one of them, especially from a particular group of people in church. Let's just go there.
Okay.
You ready for this, Sam? Because I feel like you might fall into this group. Not saying that you have expressed false humility. I'm just saying. So one of the main ways I've seen it expressed, and this happens with everyone, but I mainly see it with church musicians. Okay, so let's just put it out there. Church musicians. Are y'all listening? You go up to them after a gig, after a church service, after they played at an event. You say, "Oh my gosh, I really enjoyed you tonight. You killed. You are awesome. You sounded so good." What do they say, Sam?
"Oh, why, thank you so much."
No. That's not what they say.
Oh.
What do they say? I'm going to say, "Sam, you killed tonight. You played so well. Like, I really enjoyed that song."
Wow, your words are so encouraging right now.
No, that's absolutely not what they say. What they say is this. "Who, me? Nah, man, it's all God. It's all God." That's one response. Or they say, "No, who, me? No, you was killing. You was killing." No, not even. Nothing. Like, okay. To me, that's one telltale sign where you just can't accept a compliment.
What that? Oh, I'm not even, I haven't been playing that long.
Right? Like, who, me? No, please. No, don't even stop. Just slapping my hand out the way. All of that. Like, so that's one telltale sign.
I need lessons.
Right. No, I'm learning from you. I hate that.
Yes.
Come on. So that's false. That's one sign. Another one is when someone is constantly talking about how humble they are. That is the weirdest thing. Like, you don't, humility doesn't talk about it. Like, humility is expressed through service. Not lip service, actual service.
Yeah.
And so it's weird to me when someone expresses or just is continually walking around saying, "Yo, I'm so humble," or like, "Yo, I'm the most humble person you could know." That blah, 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 XYZ. Like that's very strange to me.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it's a sign of false humility.
Yeah. And there's like different like kind of motives behind it, right? Like some people are like kind of just like, they get this secret pleasure out of like, you know that thing where it's just like, "What, me? Nah, man, I wasn't killing or whatever."
Right.
It's kind of like they want you to kind of
like
put more praise on them.
Like, yes, you were killing.
Like, "No, you were killing. You were." Like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yes, you were." Give me the praise. Like, there definitely is like that kind of, without realizing it too. Sometimes they just kind of hungry for that like praise and stuff like that. And I think sometimes people have a false understanding of what pride is. So they kind of assume in their heads like, "Oh, me saying I'm really dope is prideful. So let me kind of channel my pride through something else." So satisfy that needing to be fulfilled. Right. With that pride. Because sometimes that's what it is. Just that ego boost that you feel like you need. Right.
But the thing is, like, the root of false humility.
What is it?
It's pride. Seriously, the fact that you can't. Let's break it down, right?
Yeah.
So, me giving you a compliment and you saying thank you, I feel like it's a form of just having healthy confidence. It's a healthy level of confidence. For you to shun compliments and to sort of feel uncomfortable with someone giving you praise, especially as Christians, right? If someone gives you a compliment, we know that it is God working through us. We know that I have a talent. If I'm a singer, if I'm a musician, if I'm doing something or whatever, it is a God-given talent. It is a God-given gift. So it's okay so we know that it is a God-given gift, right? And so if someone gives you a compliment and you say thank you, I just feel like it's okay.
Yeah, I think sometimes we do have a problem receiving compliments.
Yeah.
Like, it is something that makes us feel like weird and uncomfortable. Like, it's weird. And one thing my pastor says is that, like, Jesus was sinless, right? So that means he wasn't prideful. Like, he wasn't a prideful person. So there's a scripture in the Bible where, Jesus walks into the temple and he's reading off like this prophecy of, someone who'll come in, heal the sick, heal the blind, and, he'll do all these great things. And he closes up the scroll and he's like, this prophecy is fulfilled today in your sight. Like talking about himself, like, Jesus wasn't a prideful person.
Right. He said, I did that.
He was humble. Like, this is who I am. He knew who he was, and he was just saying who he was, saying who you are, saying what you're about isn't prideful. And sometimes people can mistake the two. Being sure of who you are, sure of what even God called you to be.
Absolutely.
With being prideful.
Absolutely. Right. And I think people actually really do think that just saying thank you or accepting a compliment is prideful.
Yeah.
When it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's actually just, if you don't accept it, it's you being weird. You're being strange.
I have to, confess a little bit, that I may know a little bit about what you're talking about.
Do you?
And sometimes it's a churchy thing that you just kind of grow up with, like. So like when if people come and say, "Yo, good job," playing and stuff like that, I'd be like, "Oh, all glory to God. All glory to God."
Yes, we know.
And then someone did that to me, and he didn't go to church like that, right?
Really?
So he had just like got saved or whatever. This was like years ago. I think I was like still a teenager. I was probably like 18 or 17, something like that. And I think he was complimenting my playing. I was like, all glory to God. And he was like, it's okay to say thank you.
He said that to you?
He was like, there's nothing wrong with saying thank you. It's not like a sin or something. I'm like, okay. And it just still feels weird without like, saying thanks. So now I've evolved to saying both. I've like a little hybrid, like thank you and all glory to God. So, like in there. So I'm working on it, just saying, oh, thank you very much. And there's a period right there, but it's like tough. It's real tough.
It's tough. No, I hear you. But like I think it comes from having, like you said, being sure of yourself and being sure of who you are in Christ and being sure of the work that Christ is doing through you.
Yeah.
Right. And so I feel like when people can't accept a compliment or just like shut it down, like, no, that wasn't me. Deep inside, they do think that it is them. And so they don't want to accept that feeding of the pride.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what it feels like. And it's like, no, when you just say thank you, you already know that it's God that's working through you.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm saying thank you because thank you for the compliment. And because when I go home in my prayer room, I'm like, yo, God, you did that. Like people received it. People were, they heard it, whatever. Yeah. They were moved by what you did through me. Yeah. Not that like, yo, I killed. Yeah. Like, that kind of thing. One quote that really stands out to me is a quote by C.S. Lewis. And it reads that humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. And that speaks to the second, I think, telltale sign that I was talking about when people just talk about how humble they are.
Right. Like
instead of just being it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like you don't need to tell people that you're humble. Right. People will just know. That's one thing about yourself you don't need to say.
Right.
And if you do have an issue with pride per se, it honestly doesn't really matter how much you try to hide it. It's gonna come out eventually.
Right.
In some way or another.
Right.
So it's very important that you let God reveal it to you. Like some people will do things for other people just to kind of be seen in that. So like with false humility sometimes comes like false generosity, false kindness.
Yeah.
Just to receive that praise, like, oh, I'm this kind of person,
right.
or I'm that kind of person.
Yep.
And wanting people to like perceive you in like a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that you're doing this, but if the motive behind it is for like that praise or for people to view you a certain way, instead of just out of the goodness of your heart without thinking of yourself at all.
Yep.
Because you're not thinking about the other person when you're doing things like that.
Yep.
You're only thinking about yourself.
That's so true. That is so true.
Yeah. And after a while, you could do it for so long, but after a while, people do kind of catch on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Without a doubt. And I think what you said is so key, that false humility also manifests itself by doing things so that people can see, look, I'm humble, I'm a servant, look at me, that kind of thing, which is the complete opposite, right? But the thing about it is that humility is a work of the Spirit. And so in our natural selves, in our flesh, we are prideful. And so humility comes from the Holy Spirit. And so pride is something that we have to put off daily. Like, it's not natural for us to be humble. Right, in a healthy way. And so it's not like we're sitting here talking about, oh, everyone's expressing this false humility and all of that. Well, we know what we're saying is that we know that it's a struggle. We know that it's not natural for us to genuinely be like Jesus, or to just to walk around with this true sense of humility and this true confidence and self-assurance. But it's a work of the Spirit. So it's something that we have to pray for.
Yeah, for sure.
That we have to receive from the Holy Spirit.
Definitely, so that we're not deceived into thinking a certain kind of way is like, oh, I'm being humble. Like, oh, I'm so good at being humble. That's probably a telltale sign of like you're actually not being humble.
Right. I feel like true humility happens when you don't even realize it.
Absolutely.
When you don't even realize it, when you're just living a life of service.
Yeah. That's the thing. You're not counting your good deeds. You're not like keeping track of how you're there for people and stuff like that. All you're thinking about is just being more like Jesus.
Exactly. And just to bring it in, Matthew 20 verse 28 says, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom of many, for many. I'm sorry. So like you said, Sam, really, humility is just being more like Jesus, not keeping a record of how many things you did so that you can prove how humble you are.
Right. Absolutely. Now, before we get off this topic, Nicole, I can't just let you get away with just singling out musicians.
The musicians?
All right, because the singers do it too.
You know
all right?
Okay.
Like, my throat's a little scratchy, you know.
I'm a little sick
I hope
tonight.
this blesses you. I hope this blesses you.
Yo, that's so true.
I can't really sing.
Some of y'all are always sick.
Yo.
Oh, no.
Like, I can't really, yo. I'm not even going to tell no personal stories.
Okay.
But you know them singers who just be like, I can't really sing. Then maybe you turn around a little bit. You hear a little riff behind your back.
A little riff?
As a little, just out of nowhere. It's like a song is playing.
They
They're
come
just
out
riffing.
belting. No, how
was
about
like-
that? Like, I'm just getting over the flu. I'm getting over the cough. And then they hit the Whitney Houston notes, and like they start going in. It's just like, okay. Like,
I hope you guys, I don't know if you guys know this song.
right.
Why should I feel like everybody knows that song?
Yes, you know that song. That's true. Okay, so yes, you're right.
Lord.
It's not just musicians. The singers do it
The
too.
singers
That's
do
true.
it too.
That's true. But yeah, all in all, what we're saying is, be humble, sit down.
Be humble.
I'm kidding. No,
in the words of
Dr.
Prophet,
Kendrick.
Reverend Dr. Prophet Apostle
Right.
Kendrick Lamar.
Right. No, what we're saying is just say thank you. That's it.
Yeah.
Just say thank you and be like Jesus.
Yeah, we do need to start this movement, guys, and I'm doing it with myself too. I'm gonna say just thank you. I'm gonna do it. Next gig I play at something, someone says, "Yo, man, you did a good job." Be like, "Thank you very much."
Right. That's it.
And I'm gonna do it. So hold me up in prayer as I try to do that.
Yeah, we need y'all to come through with the hashtag. Just say thank you.
Just say thank you.
Twitter, Instagram,
Yes.
Facebook. Shout us out. If you're listening to this and you have some thoughts on it, share it on your social medias, okay?
Yes.
With the hashtag Just Say Thank You.
Absolutely.
So that's our glorious thought for today. We
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed this episode. We're so happy to be sharing this and connecting with you all. This is a really exciting journey, and we just want to stay connected. So if you would like to reach out to us, send us an email at goodbadglory@gmail.com. If there is a topic that you want to hear us talk about, or again, if you want to nominate a winner of the week, go ahead and send us an email. You can also reach out to us on Twitter and Instagram
yes.
at Good Bad Glory. We also have a Facebook page, The Good, the Bad, and the Glory. So be sure to tune in, stay connected, subscribe, listen, share. Sam, where can they reach you?
You guys can find me at Oh My Lord. That is OHMILORD. So look for me on Instagram and Twitter. My Snapchat name is Proverbs Boy, PROVERBSBOY. Follow me. I want loads of friends.
Yeah. You can find me at Nickity. That's Nickity. And that's on Instagram and Twitter. Again, that's Nickity, the Nickity. Oh, I forgot. Nickity_. That's important.
Yes,
So Nickity_. So before we go, we have some really exciting news. You want to hit us with the news, Sam?
Yes, here it is. So as you guys can see on your iPhone, Android device, whatever you're using to listen to this podcast, this is episode 9, meaning that next week is episode 10.
Yo.
And we're so hype about this. You know, it's the 10th episode.
The 10th episode.
And we're just excited about that.
Super
We've made it
excited.
this far. We try to celebrate everything at the good, the bad, and the glory. So we are celebrating our episode number 10.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys need to make sure you download, you listen. We're going to try to, do something a little different for the podcast, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it very much.
Absolutely. So be sure to tune in, rate us, review us on iTunes.
Yes.
It really means a lot to us. And we look forward to celebrating with y'all next week for episode 10.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget, no matter what we talk about, whether it's good or bad, it's all for the glory.
Yay!
See you guys next week.
Bye.